Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Foreman, and this is the new EFC foam from Hydroflex and Marco Foam. EFC stands for Extruded Flex Core, and holding this foam in your hand, the very first thing that you notice is just the density of this foam. It's more dense than a standard PU or EPS core. What that does is it gives you a very strong building block underneath the foot of the surfer, to have a stronger deck on the board, and also just to have the entire board be stronger, but to reduce the denting and then also just to make the board stronger internally inside the board. A lot of people want to throw additional layers or heavier layers of fiberglass, hoping that their boards aren't going to dent, but it doesn't matter how many layers you put of fiberglass on your board or the weights of those cloths. If you have a very soft core, it is going to dent and then eventually delam and start breaking down. With the EFC core, it starts out at a higher density, so even unglassed with no fiberglass, no resin, you could feel it in your hand just trying to squeeze it, that it's much harder to put a dent in than a standard core. The next thing that's unique about this foam is that it is closed cell, and so when it's closed cell, that means that it's watertight. So a lot of people that when they're shopping for a travel board, like if they're going to on a boat trip, or if they're going to be going in and out of boats or in and out of rental cars, or people that, you know, handling their board a lot, like in and out of rough situations, they don't want to be missing epic sessions, like the best sessions of their year, to repair a ding. A standard PU board sucks in water if you ding it, and PU standing for polyurethane, like your standard surfboard core. An EPS core that you would use on an epoxy surfboard, the beaded foam, that's open cell, and that sucks in water as well. If you have a ding, the new EFC core from Hydroflex and Marco does not absorb water, and so it does make it a great, not only for a travel board, but for an everyday board. If you just want to surf a lot and you're rough on your gear and you don't want to have to fix the ding like right away, this is a great core to think about on your next board. When you use this foam, it's definitely advantageous because of the density of it and because of the closed cellness. I don't even know if that's a word, but closed cell format of the foam. You want to make sure that you have a good bond of the fiberglass and the resin to the blank, and so that actually makes it a great pair up with Hydroflex, because with the Hydroflex 3D vacuum bag process, you've got those different fibers running through the glass. You've got the two cross fibers, then you have a third root fiber that hangs down, and when they vacuum bag it, that third root fiber gets infused into the blank. And so what that does is it attaches it to the foam and prevents it from delaminating. So when you have a little bit higher density blank that's not going to dent as easily, coupled with the glass that is then permanently attached with those roots, it's going to give you a much more durable overall built product. The board that we're looking at here, this is a Roberts Black Punt built with EFC foam, Hydroflex vacuum bag glassing with a 3D glass. You can see that this board doesn't have a stringer. The EFC is available in both stringerless, like this Black Punt, and then also stringered. So you can get it either way. The stringerless is going to give you a little bit more flex. The stringered is going to give you a little bit more predictable flex, and then also a little bit extra strength from that stringer. All of these are coming through with any shaper, so basically any shaper that works with Hydroflex. Let's say, for example, Roberts, obviously we're holding the Roberts Black Punt, but the Loss, any shaper that's working with Hydroflex, Maurice Cole, can get access to this blank and put it into your next board. It's going to be a very popular construction, again, for those travel boards, for those everyday boards that get beat up and people just don't want to be fixing them all the time. So learn about the tech. EFC is the extruded flex core from Hydroflex and Marco. Biggest things to remember: higher density is going to mean less denting. It will still dent on the deck, but it's going to be less denting and less extreme denting. And then using that Hydroflex glass attached to it is going to keep the glass attached even after denting. And then also the watertight performance of it, so that if you do ding it, you don't have to fix that ding right away. So travel boards, your most used boards, very, very important on that. It just means more surfing and less time fixing it. You should fix those dings when you have time, but your board's not going to be sitting there like a vacuum sucking all the water out of the ocean and into your brand new surfboard. So check it out, EFC foam from Hydroflex and Marco. Got any questions? Give us a call at Real.